Am I better than you?
Huh?
Does that mean I'm better than you?
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're probably right. We'll settle it in Smash.
It's Smash.
Sorry, that was an old meme. I'll cut that out.
I'm on the movie, been the foundation. It's time to move. 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 Yeah, it's time to move. It's time to move. It's time to move. Yeah, it's time to move. It's time to move. Hey, it's time to move. It's time to move.
Hello, everyone. I'm D.
I'm R.
And together we are DJR Union. And today we're going to be talking to you guys about something special. I forgot that word about. And this thing that we're going to talk about is known as the color wheel.
The wheel of colors.
See, what I mean by this is that we have a spectrum of sorts.
Exactly.
A spectrum of color.
Yeah, spectrum colors.
A wheel of color.
A whole wheel.
And that is what is a color wheel. So what the color wheel really defines in a card game is a set of colors that are assigned to cards in order to incorporate a certain type of affinity for card design. So for example, you'll see in Magic the Gathering, every card has a color. You have your white, your black, your red, your green, your blue, and each of those colors represent a different thing, and those different things do tend to form around the card designs in which they create them.
Exactly. And in a similar sense, Union Arena actually follows a similar concept, which, as of course, we have, again, 5 colors in the game of Union Arena, and each form of color has its own deck affinity to associate itself with it. And in this video, we're actually going to be going over the different color affinities and what it means to, like, say, play these colors. And just in case you are new getting into Union Arena, and not only are you indecisive of the type of anime you want to play, but also the type of color you want to play, you can understand that, oh, this color fits more to my play style. I want to venture in and see what decks exist on this color chart.
Exactly. So, without further ado, let's start off with one of the most basic of the color triangles, and that's red.
What are we doing again?
Red.
Oh, yeah, you said the red triangle, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, the triangle of colors. I meant, like, when I said triangle, I meant like the 3 primary colors.
Oh, yeah, like
Yeah.
red, green, and purple, right?
I mean, those aren't the primary colors. Red is one of them.
Red is one of them, and purple is like the other one,
No,
right?
purple is not a primary
But it's
color.
made by 2 secondary colors.
No, purple is made by 2 primary colors.
No.
Purple is a secondary color.
No, it's a primary color because it's my favorite color.
I know. I wish orange was a primary color as well.
It is
but
a
it's
primary
not.
color.
It's a secondary.
No, it's not. It's not.
So, red, the
Exactly.
primary color. We're gonna go ahead and talk about what red decks are looking like. So, with the color red, what do you think of?
I think of hitting the person's face super hard, super fast. And I think that's what red does. Honestly, that's what red does in the
Yeah.
game. Red is an archetype that focuses on like flooding your board as quickly as possible with creatures and swinging face to your opponent to try to kill them as quickly as possible before they can even get established, honestly.
Oh, 100%. And I feel like we can also dive into the color triggers a little bit because I feel like the colors do, in a sense, define a little bit of what the colors represent. So the red color trigger is that you get to sideline 1 character on your opponent's front line with 2,500 or less BP. So it's like a sideline trigger, except you're limited to a really low number of BP.
Exactly, and the main reason for that is because since you're going to be swinging in fast, of course your opponent's going to be like, hey, I don't want to take this damage. I'm going to move up my 500 to 2,500 BP characters to the front line to be chump blockers.
Yep.
But in the sense that they're swinging with those same chump blockers and you happen to hit your color trigger, you can just kill those chump blockers and that way they don't have any other characters to block with on your follow-up turn.
Mind you, that has actually helped me out in a game I was playing once. We were playing against, I was using my red JJK deck, and believe it or not, I actually killed off 2 of his characters with 2 red color triggers.
That's
It was
crazy.
hilarious.
That was actually insane. I'm just like, wow, the few times that the red color trigger is actually useful.
I still lost the game, but I thought it was hilarious.
I was low-key kind of raging at the fact that actually worked, given how late the game was. But then again, that's my stupid fault for having a 2K BP character on the front line.
So yeah, when it does come to red, you do have to look at some other decks for your aggressive type of playstyle. So you're looking at decks that can either get multiple attacks through really quickly, or that can set up their game plan so fast that it's like you blink and you're in a huge disadvantage.
Exactly, and one of the good decks that actually does that very well is Tengen. and it's 3 wives as well as the disguised affinity cards, where its whole game plan is that, hey, you want to flood your front line with all of your Tengi wives affinity cards while keeping your disguised affinities on the back line. And then the moment you pop up the 4/2 Tengen and you start swinging, you're actually able to swap out your Tengen wives with a disguised affinity to start swinging wide with your entire front line. And not only that, you also have the card like, say, the Raid Tengen that also has double attack. So you're having 2 ways to swing it in wide around your opponent's tower of creatures to get that damage in while also applying early game pressure.
Yeah, and Tengen's not the only deck that does that whole switch mechanic thing. You also have decks like Speed of Sound Sonic that does the exact same thing, except it's more so with himself versus with other different cards as well.
Exactly, but give it to you, pretty much almost every single card that you run in the Speed of Sound Sonic deck is Speed of Sound Sonic. And it's very, very understanding as to why you're going to be doing that, because he's fast. He's Speed of Sound. He's faster than sound. What's his special attack? The tenfold funeral?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly because it's been that long since I've watched it.
But exactly. But essentially, he just goes super fast that he makes the shadow clones of himself. He's just that different. He might as well be Rock Lee at this point.
Yeah. Another deck that does have a similar focus to getting a lot of attacks through at once is a deck that we don't even have yet. It's in blue lock, and it's going to be red. If you look at the Bachira card in that set, what he does is he has an ability that he gives other characters on the front line that have face down cards underneath them, because it's like a soccer ball for their for that card set, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Gives all cards on the front line with soccer balls double attack.
Double attack. Oh, that's stupid.
So potentially you get a full front line with soccer balls. That's 8 attacks coming your way.
Yeah, that's 8 attacks coming in. So, and especially if you're on like your last 4 or 3 life, it's just GG.
Yeah, you might as well give up at that point.
Yeah, just pack up your deck, put it in the case, just go home. You got styled on. He dribbled, he broke your ankles. There's nothing you can do about it.
And that is what Bachira does. He does dribble and break your ankles.
Exactly. He himself is the monster.
He was friends with the monster inside of his head.
But now he is the monster.
Indeed.
Exactly. And you can be like our good friend over at East Coast Anime, who, well, disclaimer, is no longer East Coast Anime. They actually rebranded to East Coast Cars, Nerds and Cars, or Cars and Nerds. Picture's gonna be here on the screen for you guys to see, but go ahead and check them out. But over time,
did you see they remodeled?
They did remodel.
Dude, it looks so good.
It's so nice.
Dude, I can't wait to go. I gotta go now.
Yeah,
I gotta go.
I'm gonna pull up Thursday or tomorrow and be like, yo.
Yeah, must be nice.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
I work.
So
I can't make it.
I'm sorry.
I want to make it to Union Arena night, but I can't because I freaking work. It sucks.
It sucks. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Anyways.
With your help, if you click the subscribe button now, you will be helping me get out of work. Or the job that keeps me away from Union Arena. I have 2 jobs.
For 1 cent a day, you can help a starving person in need.
I'm not really starving.
You're starving from Union Arena.
I'm starving to play Union Arena.
Exactly. So
okay. So yeah, technically, yeah.
So it's
all right.
It's right there. What are we talking about?
Hit the subscribe button.
Yes. Anyways, so yeah, for my friend, you can be like him and run 16 zeros and in Garo deck, and all you hear from him is good every single time I'm about to face 6 damage to the face. Because a freaking good it's on the front line, swinging at me out of nowhere with 2K beaters. I'm getting PTSD because of it. Anyways,
that was probably my favorite thing that happened when One Punch Man was coming out, was just playing against him and him going good. I don't know. It's just so funny to me.
I just can't. Like, I just don't know what to say.
And if it makes you feel better, I did beat his deck at least once.
I don't care. I didn't beat it.
Am I better than you?
Huh?
Does that mean I'm better than you?
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're probably right. We'll settle it in Smash.
The Smash.
Sorry, that was an old meme. I'll cut that out.
I mean, I knew what you were saying.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, that is a good. I feel like that's a good point to leave off red at.
Yeah, and I think we can go into transition over to the next color, which I would feel would be green.
Green. Okay.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and talk about green.
Going into green, so green is an archetype of the of Union Arena that revolves around building up a lot of energy to play a lot of big stuff.
Yes.
Prime example, It's a Code Geass with Lancelot.
Yeah.
So you build up a lot of energy, though it takes a little bit of time, but you're able to build up towards your 6 energy drop Lancelots and your 8 energy drop Lancelots, which again,
8 energy.
8 flipping energy. And when you bring them out on the field, you're able to do a lot of broken things with them.
Damage 2 and impact, right?
Damage 2, impact, and I believe he kills a character on play.
Pretty strong.
Pretty strong. And not only that, do we also have the...
You wanna know what other card has really high energy?
I don't. Oh, Kirito!
One Punch Man.
Huh?
Saitama.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So Saitama is also a pretty high energy cost character. 15.
Pretty high?
Pretty high.
15? That's not just pretty high, that's really high.
That's really freaking high. And to be able to go through the process of building up that energy and be able to bring out that 15 energy drop Saitama, which is damage 7.
Yep.
Damage 7.
It's game ending.
Yeah. Impact 3, and it kills.
Yeah.
So
every attack he gets to kill a character.
Just gets to kill a character. So you either, honestly, at this point, your only hope is just take the damage, just hope you hit a final and a special.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're just screwed.
And even if you hit a special, you better hope they have something else on the front line because you can't kill that Saitama.
Yeah, Saitama is not dying.
So yeah, you're actually going to see a lot of good high energy cost cards in green.
Exactly. And then also another IP that's going to be coming out is Kaiju number 8.
Oh my gosh, and let me tell you something about Kaijus. They're big.
Really big. Scary big.
Huge big.
Really ginormous. I don't know if that word exists, but I'm using it.
As you should.
Exactly. So like I said, green revolves around like playing a lot of big energy, high cost energy cost creatures, but not only that, it also deals with working with a lot of affinity types too. That's true
Actually. Yes, because what was it? 13 core card squad.
Yep.
What else was there? 13 core card squad.
You have the also you have the heroes deck from One Punch Man.
Yeah. So yeah, there is some good affinity focused decks out there too in green. So you are seeing a lot of unity or big characters in green. You either get a group of people working together, or you get a big one that you're like, I need to get rid of that card as soon as possible.
Or you just see it and you just accept defeat because you're not getting rid of that card.
Like you with Kurapika.
Huh? Why you gotta bring that? You know what? No, turn this thing off. Turn this freaking...
Because I traumatized you, I'm gonna let us talk about purple.
Actually, I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll let you take the lead on this one because I know you are the connoisseur of purple decks because I rarely have any.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of own majority of the purple decks that we own, with the exception of Mahito, because that's these bread and butter right there. But anyways, going into purple is my favorite type of archetype in Union Arena because it deals with the whole thing with any card thing that I love, which is the graveyard, aka the sideline.
I guess it helps that it's also your favorite color.
Yes, it really is. So this makes me even more excited to be able to play that because who doesn't like going into your graveyard, bringing back your creatures that already died in a consistent manner to be able to overwhelm your opponent with a whole bunch of practically zombies at this point.
Yeah.
So if you are the type of player that really do like graveyard-based decks, like say in Magic the Gathering, or in this case, or in other cases, Yu-Gi-Oh!, where you love being able to utilize the graveyard to its full capacity, to bring things back, to mill things into your sideline of that nature, then purple is the deck for you. And even more so with its purple color trigger, which allows you to take a 2 energy or less cost purple character card from the sideline and bring it back onto the field or onto the front line active for an additional win played or win sideline effects. The trigger is also icing on the cake.
It's so good. I really do like that because the fact that it puts it onto the front line, first of all, it forces you to play it on the front line, which I think is good because why would you play a card that's going to die on the energy line?
Exactly.
And then it's active so that it can block. And then when it's blocked and it dies, it gets its trigger. Or you get some crazy when played abilities, and there's some insane stuff you can do in purple with a lot of different decks that are out there just from playing a 2 or less energy card from your sideline onto the field. Look at Muzan.
Exactly.
Muzan has a lot of 0 energy and 1 energy cards that have really strong win sideline abilities, like draw a card.
Exactly. You either draw a card, or like say, I think this one is like draw 1 sideline 1 or mill a card into your sideline, which again is just going to be fueling your sideline to bring Muzan out onto the front line.
Yeah.
At that. Same thing, like say going into the newer set, like with Full Metal Alchemist, which again another amazing deck that I love playing, which is Lust and like say Envy, or Lust with Father, and that's Father, where you can play cards like say Lust to be able to draw 2 cards, pitch 2 cards, and then you have like 10 or 20 or more cards into your sideline, you get an additional effect to be able to draw a card. Or you're playing card like say Homunculi, which allows you to just take 2 cards, put it into your sideline, and add a card back to your hand. And to finish it off, you have cards like say Father, which is like you can just take 3 purple cards from your hand, put it into your sideline, and add it back to your hand.
Yeah.
So a really good, a lot of manipulation with the sideline that matter. And must I also remind us of Dark Triad.
Oh my goodness.
Which is another amazing deck that I love to play. I wish it was just a bit more powerful to be able to compete with the more stronger decks, but overall, I just love its overall game plan. If you have Vonica, Zena, and Dante out on the field with the Tree of Clifford, and your entire deck is in the sideline, you just win. Yeah. You really just win. I will say that's also another thing that purple kind of excels at. It's like removal, as well, being able to remove and kill cards on your opponents on front line as well. I would say that's another thing that you can put in the archetype for purple as well. Yeah,
because they do have a lot of cards that not only are the special triggers, but they also have cards that do not have special trigger on it that are very beneficial in like getting rid of cards on the field. It's good. And let's not forget about some of the most early purple decks. And by that, I mean specifically Bleach.
Oh.
So iconic for its sideline gameplay. The Ichigo and the Byakuya constantly removing stuff from their sideline to get benefits. That was completely like, hey, yo, let me get stuff in my sideline quickly. So you're just milling and getting stuff like discarded into your sideline consistently so that you can get these powerful effects off, which I think was an amazing way to introduce people to the game, or that introduced people not only to the game of Union Arena, but to what purple is going to behold for them.
Exactly, and we even see how prominent that effect is today after the results over at Gen Con, where the second place was basically the person running Renchi Rush, and even a lot of other people who placed in the top 16 were playing a lot of the purple Bleach or purple Zero Core Card Squad archetype and Bleach, which again revolves around getting a whole bunch of cards to your sideline to be playing cards like say your Raid Ichigo or your Raid Senjumaru to be able to pitch cards or remove cards to be able to start killing your characters.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's a really good color.
Exactly. So it's my favorite color. Anytime I see a purple deck coming in fruition, I'm always happy. It puts a smile on my face. I know it's going to be nothing but straight fire.
Indeed. And since we talked about your favorite color, I think it's time to talk about my favorite color, orange.
I don't think
Orange is my favorite color in Union Arena.
I don't think.
And the reason why orange is my favorite color in Union Arena is that,
secondary
it really does show like more vibrant stuff in it. And it just really feels like it fits with me.
I understand
like,
I feel it.
It's like such a good core value that I just feel so refreshed every time I play an orange deck in the game. Like Naruto, the fact that he's an orange colored deck is so cool. Like honestly, the Naruto Shippuden set is probably the best set in Union Arena.
Just like Goku. Orange is not a color in Union Arena.
Blue. My favorite color. Not my actual favorite color. My favorite color was orange, or is orange, not was. It still is orange.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
I would never guess your favorite color is orange.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never really expressed that orange is my favorite color that often.
I guess you're right. I mean, you got that orange coat like right there in your closet.
Oh yeah, I mean that's true.
Yeah, it kind of just sticks out.
And then you have to admit that my binder for my cards is also orange.
Yeah. So like for those of you who don't know, Dee's binder is also orange. So I guess we can assume that his favorite color is orange. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed it.
So anyways, blue is my favorite color in Union Arena, and let's talk about it. So blue in Union Arena, it is, funnily enough, a very weird color, and I low-key wanted to bring in yellow at the same time as this, but I feel like it's best to give it their own separate situations. So blue is utility and control. Not control in the way you may think though. It's control for yourself. It's literally self-control. It's beautiful. You're managing not only your hand, but also your own deck at the same time. And you see that very well in certain decks. And heck, if you look at Hunter x Hunter, Blue handles both versions, hand control and deck control, very well in their varying decks. In specified slot, you have complete hand control. You're focusing on specified slot affinity cards in your hand, making sure that you have them so that Gon and Killua get their attacks off. And in Bomber, you're dealing with deck control. You're making sure that you constantly have 2 or more energy on that top card of your deck at any given point in time, so you can get the huge benefits off with Bomber. If you look at the more recent decks, you have some insanely good blue control decks as well. Like you have
you have like say Blue Sukuna.
Exactly.
Which is just paired up with Nanami. It's just a powerhouse of a deck, which again, you're manipulating the top card of your deck, getting them into the sideline as quickly as possible to be able to flood and control the board with like your Raid Sukunas and your Raid Nanami as soon as they go into overtime. Or you can even go into the pure Sukuna Yuji archetype, which again, that revolves more about bouncing your opponent's board back to their hand, pushing them back a turn to that way buy yourself enough time to establish that main board presence against your opponent to go in for game.
Yeah. And blue also has a subtype, similar to how purple has, or was it purple that we talked about? No, similar to how green has big characters and affinity as its subtype, blue has control / utility as its main type, and utility, specified slot, the fingers, all that stuff. But you also have the subtype of BP manipulation, which is my favorite thing. It's so cool, it's interesting. So all it focuses on is controlling the BP of your opponents, not your own BP, because that's just a general thing that can happen.
Yeah.
Controlling the BP of your opponents, however, that is unique. That is fun. Let's talk about Lifa from SAO, one of my favorite decks that I built in SAO. The other decks just did not fit the bill for me. Lifa has a unique ability where when she's raided, she cannot be blocked by characters with 4K or more BP. There's also a Lifa that says, hey, when played, choose a character, they can't be blocked by a character with 3K or less BP. So, if you combine those abilities together, you get a character that can only be blocked by 3,500 BP. That's pretty neat.
Exactly. Give and take the amount of 3,500 BP characters that exist in the game that you will want to put onto your front lines or swinging and give and take, if Lifa is going to be up at a 4K BP character, you ain't stopping that character.
Yeah.
It's just going to be swinging in and doing whatever it wants. And must we also remind ourselves of the most recent deck to bring at least me by surprise. None other than, Roy flipping Mustang. Snapping fingers left and right, burning people, decreasing BP left and right, and just running away with the competition in this year's Gen Con regionals.
Yeah. Phenomenal, actually. I love it. He's able to not only manipulate your BP and lower it consistently, but he's able to like constantly fill his hand manipulation as well, in order to get himself to have no cards in his hand to shove impact down your throat, or to fill up his hand at the end of his turn, so that way on his next turn, he's not out of options. He still has plenty.
Exactly, and it still revolves around the fact of what Blue is able to do is utilizing its utility to, like say, to manipulate his board, to manipulate your hand, and manipulate your deck. Just pretty much manipulate your resources as you see fit to be able to control the game.
Wonderful resource management in Blue, and that's just like one of my favorite things to do in this game of Union Arena. I do have different like archetypes that I enjoy playing based on the card game I play. Yeah. But for Union Arena, it's just the resource management, and it's just so fun for me. So that's why Blue has become my favorite color in this game. And card games like Magic, it's control, by the way. I love Blue and Magic.
So D's the cop. You ever play a game of Commander? Like, going off topic, just for all of our Magic the Gathering fans in the chat, you ever just play a game of Commander? You're just playing with that one blue player that's just the cop. They don't let you do anything. I want to play this. No. I want to do the counter. That's the.
For reference, Jay, he when I'm playing Magic with him and his wife, they always glare at me when I pick a commander that has a blue in it, because they just look at me and go, in the stance, because I used to hit them with that a lot when I was first introducing them to Blue. Because I had a deck that was just full of responses just to see what would happen. I hated it so much. It was a good day for me.
We all have that blue player in our friend group. Don't deny it. But anyways, back to Union Arena.
Yeah. So let's talk about how blue is the best color in Union Arena.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
All right, fine. Let's talk about yellow.
So we're on the last color of the color wheel, which is
Yellow.
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 Now, me personally, on a personal standpoint, yellow is not my favorite color, just in the general sense. But in Union Arena, I like what yellow is capable of doing.
Yeah, it has a lot of unique stuff about it.
Yeah, which I feel as though it primarily excels at, whereas blue is more like, say, deck manipulation, card manipulation, resource management. Yellow stems more towards, like, say, board manipulation and trying your best to control the board, the state of the game, and your opponent's board as well. A good prime example of this would be, thank goodness, the new and improved Bambietta.
Yes.
Yeah. And what if we know what the old version of Bambietta did, or what it tried to do, it wanted to rest your opponent's characters to be able to swing in and slip in for damage. But unfortunately, it had the weakness of, like, one, it wasn't consistent because you're allocating so many resources to one character.
Yeah.
But with the new Bambietta and how it's played, you can actually consistently get characters, get reoccurring effects to trigger to constantly rest your opponent's characters to constantly be able to swing in for damage. And like you said, again, reoccurring that effect once again from the sideline back onto the field. You also have that aspect in, like, say, Gojo and Nabara from JJK, especially playing them both in tangent with each other. You're able to utilize the rest mechanic there to not only rest your opponent's board long enough, but also consistently enough to be able to swing in, like, say, with damage to Nabara.
Right. Yeah, yellow is very consistent with its form of board manipulation because it doesn't just thrive off of board manipulation. It has a way to not only manipulate the board, but to put it at such a disadvantage for you and advantage for me that it just really seems like it's a little bit too powerful sometimes. Like what you mentioned with the Gojo, his Infinite Void, being able to be rested and then it stays rested as long as Infinite Void is on the field, that's really strong.
Exactly, because at that point, you're left with an option where, like, hey, I gotta try to get rid of Infinite Void or get rid of Gojo to be able to unrest my characters. Or, like I said, if you're playing the game smart, you rest one of their rated characters so they have no choice but to get rid of it for another character versus raiding a fodder character that I could just raid on top of.
When it comes to yellow SAO, when it came to Asuna and Sinon, that version of the deck had a lot of board manipulation where they were not only manipulating their life as well, but they were also finding ways to manipulate the opponent in ways that not only, hey, I'm gonna rest this character, but also ways to switch their character on your opponent's board as well, causing your opponent to not really know how they're going to get their energy back, how they're going to get their strong character to the front line without sacrificing not having enough energy on the next turn. A lot of weird mind games are played with yellow's board manipulation that it is it's a battle taken on two fronts. The actual game and then in the opponent's mind. You got to get in their head before you can get on their field.
Pretty much. And I like the way how you explain that. Like I said, it becomes a mind game at that, where you're actually really playing against the opponent and you're trying to get into your opponent's head to make them to continue make misplays after misplays, so that way you can capitalize off of them and be like, hey, I caught you lacking. I'm gonna rest this character. I'm gonna switch this character with your back-end character to mess up your energy generation or to mess up your order of operations when you're blocking my attacks, and then just start swinging in and getting damage through. Yes. And also, speaking of more board manipulation, we also go into, like, say, Demon Slayer with the Tanjiro and Nezuko deck, where it specializes and excels at swapping your front and your back line back and forth with, like, say, your Tanjiros and Nezuko's in order to be able to swing wide and start getting that damage through.
Yes, yellow does actually have a good, strong focus in not only board manipulation on the opponent's side, but on your side as well. But it also seems to have a huge focus in a lot of two-man character combos. Like you have your Tanjiro Nezuko, as you just mentioned. You have your Elric brothers in Full Metal that just came out. What else is there? You have what?
We have Esper sisters. I love Esper sisters. I think they're great. I think they're wonderful. I think D's about to bang his head on the wall over there. It's okay, D. It's okay. It's okay. But I like Esper Sisters and what it's able to do. What are you grabbing? What is that? Let's talk about this. Let's put it down.
Have you ever been to Dungeon Dragons?
Hey!
Have you ever been to Dungeon Dragons?